We got Chuck Thompson. You can go to chuckthompson.com. Check out his book, Better Off Without Him, a Northern Manifesto for Southern Secession. We like to have authors on every now and again to talk about smart type shit. I don't know if you think he's smart because he wants the South to secede, but he does have an opinion, and it's based on some facts. So let's Chuck, welcome back. How you doing, bud? You want to talk to some callers?
Oh, I'd love to talk to some callers. Yeah.
All right. We got Sheila in Mississippi. Go ahead, Sheila. Or Shayla, excuse me.
Shayla,
what's going on?
Hi there. I don't necessarily agree with the South seceding, but I do agree that our educational system's fucked up. Our political system is really messed up. I've got two boys, one in third grade, one in kindergarten. Third grader can't bring books home from school. Like, he doesn't have a certain book assigned with him, and I'm pretty well educated. I can understand his homework. Some of it I can't understand. It just makes me think about, okay, what about the parents who don't get this at all or have a sixth grade education? You know, they can't even help their child with their homework because they don't have a book to refer to because the school won't put the money for it.
Yeah, the funding for schools all over the country is not good, but in the South it is abysmal. I talked to a lot of teachers in Alabama, Mississippi, and Arkansas. I focused on those three states for my research, and it's not a promising situation down there.
It's like I'm not just saying the South, but it's like keep cats dumb so it's easier to control them. And it seems to me that some people are willing to trade like religious beliefs, people to go to bat for them for their religious beliefs, and not go to bat for them for their like human rights, like to an education and good working conditions and stuff like that. Is that about right there, Chuck?
Ain't no doubt about it. People laid out that sort of circle for me every state I went to in the South, especially in the way that religion and religious schools and religious teachings by leaders of church are kind of complicit with this antipathy, with this suspicion of education. There's a saying that several people in the South gave to me, which is, you lose your faith by degrees. First bachelors, then masters, then doctors. The implication being that the more education you have, the less you're going to be controlled by the church.
We got Ryan in Atlanta. Go ahead, Ryan.
Hey, this is Ryan. And, it's an interesting dichotomy that Chuck's talking about because he really targeted three states, Alabama, Mississippi, and Arkansas. And very rural states, their educational system is lacking. But I think it's very characteristic. You can't compare the North versus the South. I could go right out of New York City to Rutherford, New Jersey, Patterson, look at some of those areas which are very, very economically depressed. Their school systems are in disarray. You can go all throughout New Jersey. So I think it's not a good way to say that, the South should succeed and the North is much better than the South. I think those pockets are everywhere throughout our country, and you're stating something that
he's arguing. But Ryan. He's arguing that the South is one giant pocket.
Okay, but that's not. I don't think that's accurate. I've lived in New York City. I've lived in California. I currently live in Atlanta. You can go to the Research Triangle Park, which is Raleigh, North Carolina. It has more PhDs per capita than anywhere in the United States. So you can't just do a blanket oversight statement stating that the South is uneducated. There aren't areas of knowledge because life-changing technologies are happening in the Raleigh area. So
if I could jump
what do you say to that?
Quickly,
what do you say to that, Chuck?
The Research Triangle in North Carolina. That's an elite part of the South as far as the education goes, and the elites have always taken care of themselves. But here's the difference with the South. The southern states, there is not a single southern state that spends an average on its public students, K through 12, that is above the national average. At the top of the national average dollars spent per student per state, New York, New Jersey, and Massachusetts always lead. It's usually about $16,000, $17,000, or $18,000 a year is the average up there to spend per K through 12 student. In the South, the average is about $4,000 to $5,000 per year. That's $10,000 less in public funds allotted to kids, and that is across the South. There, even in North.
Where's that money going then? Where's that money going?
I will tell you exactly where it's going, and I put it in the book. You can find time after time, just in June of this year, state of Alabama gave $160 million in tax breaks and incentives to the Airbus company of France and Germany to come build a factory in Alabama. You know where they take money to get these corporate grants and giveaways to come to the South? They raid their education funds. They take education fund money and they give it to corporations that come over. That has happened over and over. It's in the book. I've documented it from Southern writers, so we'll report on that, not just me.
Tyler in Oklahoma. Go ahead, Tyler.
Hey, what's up, Chuck?
Hey, Tyler.
Hey, what's up, man? So pretty much, man, we're dumb down there. I guess if you're gonna be dumb, you gotta be tough.
Well, you're tough, but I didn't say you're dumb.
You come down and fuck with the South, man, we gonna fuck you up. You know
I know. I hear that all the time, Tyler. But listen, I'm not calling you dumb, and I ain't saying you ain't tough. Y'all are. But I'm telling you that there are some social pathologies down there that are moving in a different direction from the rest of the country, and I'm tired of dealing with them. And I think the southern states are tired of dealing with them too.
Let me ask you something. Do you feel like the South never recovered from the Civil War?
I think that I would say they never recovered because economically the South's doing a lot better now than it was before the Civil War. But in a lot of social ways, they never got over the Civil War. That's obvious.
All right, let's we got Mandy in Alabama. Go ahead, Mandy.
I'm going to say I agree with Chuck. I'm from Alabama. I don't agree with the way they think as far as laws go. And my daughter goes to kindergarten through 12th school, all in one school. It's a public school. They still pray. They still paddle. It's a great school. But as soon as my daughter graduates, I'm moving the hell away from the South.
I hear that a lot.
They still sing. But it's such a good place to raise children. My child is so well behaved, and I never understood what it meant to. It takes a village until I had a child. But I had one child. I was like, oh, I got that T-shirt. I'm not doing this shit no more. But every other family has like 5 and 6 kids. They don't believe in. They're just so backwards in the way they think. It's crazy. And I could never tell them that I listen to this show or that I believe in abortion or any of that shit. They would blackball my child, but it's just so fucked up the way these
This is the interesting thing to me. These two calls that we just had back to back really juxtapose the reaction to this book and the people I talk to, right? We have this woman talking who I think probably agrees with a lot of my political philosophies and my value judgments of the South. The guy right before couldn't have been more diametrically opposed. It's fuck you, we'll fuck you up, South's great. It's really interesting to me that people I got this from people that lived on the same street for their whole life. It almost is like talking to people in two different universes.
All right, Chuck, it's ChuckThompson.com. The book is Better Off Without Him. I appreciate you taking time out to call up and talk to the station about your book.
Yeah, thanks a lot for having me. I really appreciate it. I like talking about it.
No doubt. That's ChuckThompson.com. The book is Better Off Without Him, a Northern Manifesto for Southern Secession.